Mr. Ballantyne's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, normally when I take this well, I'm not nervous, but I'm pretty nervous today with the man that's standing behind me and then with the message that we want to deliver to you guys. You know, in the words of my dear friend, it is an honor and a privilege to speak on behalf of this Lexington delegation behind me as we talk about our senior statesman of the delegation. I've known of the legend of Chip Huggins for many, many years because he was in office for several years before I decided to run. And when I decided to run, a conversation I had with him only validated what I knew and had heard from around the community. This man is a living legend in Irmo and Chapin. He is everywhere. He is at every ribbon cutting, every funeral, every baptism, you name it, graduation. The man is just a constant force out there, and he's a man of character. When I thought about running, I called three people. I called the governor's office, I called a congressman, and I called Chip Huggins. And if they would please stay out of the race, because I was running against one of us at the time. Well, a few weeks into the campaign, lo and behold, two of those people did not stay out of that race, but my friend Chip Huggins did. And that's when I knew that everything that I'd heard about Chip Huggins was true. I didn't know this until yesterday, but Chip is not a Boy Scout. That's probably the only thing he isn't. I could have sworn the guy was an Eagle Scout. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful. Y'all know the drill. Chip Huggins is all those and more. So we stand here today to thank him for 23 tireless years of service to Chapin, to Irmo, to the state of South Carolina. Chip is a godly man. And Chaplain, if you're listening, please forgive me for this, but in the good book it says when two or more are gathered, I think they might have been talking about this guy because he will be there. He is a constant presence. And he has many attributes that we all strive, not just as public servants, but as husbands, fathers, brothers, grandfathers. We all strive to live our life like Chip Huggins. He knows everyone, everyone knows him. He's a friend to everyone, and everyone's a friend to him. And to lighten the mood, I've got to share three things that I swear I'm not making this up, and these people can vouch. When I say everybody knows him and he knows everybody, if you haven't asked for an agency head's phone number from Chip, you're doing it wrong. He's got them all. I remember we were going to lunch one day, a group of us, and we're driving on the highway talking about how he knows everyone. Scout's honor. I jokingly point to a car on the highway near the zoo driving by us. I said, I bet Chip knows them. Scout's honor. Chip did. That's Bob and Mary so-and-so. Kid you not. Wooten can vouch if you need the bathroom code to the Capital City Club, Chip Huggins has it. He can share that with you. And last but not least, on filing day, when all of us are all wondering who in the community we will be working to earn support against, a name popped up that 30 minutes before filing deadline who was running against me. I mentioned the guy's name, never heard of him from Adam. Who knows him? Chip Huggins. He said, hey, he's a good guy. I don't know why he's doing that. And a further story, I'll end with this one. Micah Caskey's opponent. We didn't know who that was. Guess who has her phone number in his phone? Chip Huggins. Y'all, this man is a living legend. The individual that comes in behind him, but we will work and try to show him how Chip would have done things. He'll still be around. We'll still see him. He is a wonderful husband, father, and while he may be no more a representative, he now holds a title that he cherishes, and that gave him pause and gave him, I think, the reason to realize it was time to come home. Chip Huggins is now G-Daddy. And I will let him share the special people in his life that are here today to celebrate with us. Chip, as a friend of mine says, it's good to know you.
Oh, I love my desk mate. can tell you we're blessed. Oh, I'm just looking around in awe, and I can't even believe I'm here. You know, I want to just start off by saying I didn't expect to have some folks in the balcony that we got today, and I just want to say hello to them. We've got our treasurer from Lexington County, Mr. Jim Ekstrom, please stand up. We've got our former chairman of county council, Mr. Johnny Jeffcoat, please stand up. And we've got Mr. Lee Adams, who does so much for everyone. If you'd please stand up, Lee. We appreciate y'all being here very much today. You know, this is going to be an atypical speech. I can tell you that. It's going to be atypical because it comes off the cusp of Speaker David Wilkins, which believed in the brevity syndrome. And he said that brevity was the key to a good speaker, didn't he, Speaker Lucas? So I want to just start off by saying, first and foremost, I want to thank my family from the bottom of my heart. My wife, Ginger, my dear daughter, Lane, my dear son, Hiller, my dear son-in-law, Nathan, my sister, Kathy, and then, of course, Rory Ann. So please give them a round of applause. I want to thank the unbelievable citizens of District 85. I've been blessed to be sent back here for the 23 years we've served. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate them and certainly Chapin and Irmo. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this Lexington County delegation. Our dear senators here that are here today, Senator Cromer, Senator Setzler, Senator Harpootlian, Senator Shealy had to go over and check on a bill so that her district wouldn't get taken away from her. So we are glad that they're all here. Speaker Lucas, thank you for being up here. But just thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. We do appreciate y'all and everyone else that's up here today. I want to just start off by saying I'm going to end my thank yous with this. I think that Representative Govan thanked everybody. So I'm going to just say I'm thanking everybody he thanked, and I'd like for y'all to give them a round of applause. You know, my wife, how I met my wife was through my sister. My wife worked for Governor Carroll Campbell, and she ran the governor's mansion. And we were so blessed to know the Campbells, and I will never forget this as long as I live. Ginger told Miss Campbell that I was going to be running for the House, and she said, "Good Lord, Ginger, if he gets elected, he'll never make any money." And boy, was she right. You know, that one sticks in my mind so heartily. So I blame Ginger on this. But in the reality of things, I just want to share this with you. You know, we sit here and say that D's and R's don't get along, but I think about three things. And I think about the quotes we get taken with and all the things that we hear. And I think about my dear philosopher friend, Nathan Ballantyne, that is a lake, not a beach. I think about Egg Roll Station, Speaker Pope. I think about grilled cheese sandwich. And I think about Pebble in the Shoe, Mr. Rutherford. But where else in South Carolina can we do that? But I want to just share this with you. You know, where else can we have Coach Williams and I being the coaches of a wonderful softball team? And Pendarvis trips over first base at the ball game and ends up in the Fireflies locker room with the trainer for the duration of the game, and we are worried sick. We can't even concentrate on the game, but we did win. And let me say this. I go down Main Street one day, and guess who gives his parking spot up to me? Todd Rutherford. But where else anywhere in the world can you have Nikki Haley kicked off of her committee and then becomes the governor and the ambassador? I mean, that just says so much for what we're all about here. And I believe it propelled her to those places. I'm going to leave you with three things. One, your word. I heard Mr. King talk about it last night. Very important to me. Miss Gilda, I'm going to just tell you this. You're a lion tamer, and we're very grateful for that. And probably when Daniel was in that den, I think you must have been in there, and we appreciate that. But I'm telling you, keep your word. Always keep your word. All your constituents. Let me tell you what, they're the ones that sent you here, or at least helped send you here. I believe God had a lot to do with that. But let me tell you what, they also help you get back here. And then let me tell you, I'm going to quote one more famous philosopher. His name was James S. Honduras. He had a saying that said, do your best and forget the rest. And I'm just telling you right now, we're very blessed. We're very thankful to have served for 23 years. You all keep up the great fight. You are so awesome. I'm telling you, everyone in this room, we're so grateful for each and every one of you. We are so grateful for everyone in that block building, the custodians, the folks that do so much for us. But let me tell you, just keep up the great fight. Know that we're retiring from the State House. I'm not retiring by any stretch of the imagination, but I hope to be continuing to serve for the rest of my life. It's been an honor. And with that, I'd like to ask Blake if he could please put something up on the board. I got one last thing. I love each and every one of you. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless the state of South Carolina that we love so much. Thank you very much.
Chip, we wish you good luck. I will tell Nathan, he talks about Chip knowing everybody. 1991, I'm working in Lexington, got my first starter home in Red Bank. Get ready to sell it. Who shows up at the door? Chip Huggins. That's how he knows everybody. Thank you, Chip. We love you guys. Appreciate it. He also made me finance the guy that bought it. I don't know how he got me to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, while they're finishing up, I'll just call your attention. We're going to be on page 5. Withdraw objections, requests for debate, then unanimous consent.